Braden Fugate, Preston Luckman. We're underway for heat race number 1 for your late models. Fugate down on the bottom side of the racetrack, but Preston Luckman has it spooled up and hammered down the back straightaway. He's your early race leader in the turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, lap number 1 to the 77 of Preston Luckman. Braden Fugate currently sits in second, but here comes the defending champion of the series, the 22 JM of Jake Maiden, lurking to the high side of the racetrack. He drives her off into turn number 3 and cuts it down the hill off of turn number 4. He's right there behind the 88 of Fugate for lap number 2. John Dufier sitting in that third spot is off the pace. Braden Fugate in the 88 has his hand out the window. He will bring out caution number 1 for the late model heat race number 1. He'll start this race back up off of turn number 4, and we're back underway with 6 laps to go. A little bit of contact between Dufier and Maiden down the front straightaway. Dufier sent it a little too hard in the turn 1, goes around. He'll try to keep it going and get it back pointed in the right direction as he parks it right there in turn number 1, bringing out caution number 2. In between turns 3 and 4, and we're back underway. And it's Preston Luckman down the front straightaway, bringing Jake Maiden alongside. Here comes Brian Norton on the inside. He's looking to challenge the 22 JM of Jake Maiden, but Maiden goes to the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. Luckman out front in the 77, looking good. Maiden working the top shelf around 1 and 2 off of turn number 2. He'll dive her off to the bottom of turn number 3. It's the halfway point. 4 laps down and 4 laps to go. Preston Luckman in the 77. Left the cooler weather from the coast, coming over here to join the 90-degree weather here in the valley. He's looking good out front. That 77 thing is spicy and hot as he's your race leader as he almost jumps the cushion in turn 1 and 2. As I said that, he's holding on to the race lead down the back straightaway. It's a 2.5 seconds over the 22 JM of Jake Maiden. 2 laps to go. Preston Luckman, Jake Maiden, Brian Norton, John Dufier moving around Rob Williams for the 4th position. As the white flag will go in the air off of turn number 4. The first car to see it, the 77 of Preston Luckman. Still holding on to a 2.5 lead over the 22 JM of Jake Maiden as he flies off in the turn number 3. And off of turn number 4, Preston Luckman going to pick up the heat race victory, followed by Jake Maiden, Brian Norton, John Dufier, and Rob Williams will be your 4th and 5th place finishers, and that'll do it for heat race number 1 and the live looking for Facebook viewers. Burke Elkins, your front row, 8 laps off of turn number 4. We'll get them underway. And green flag's in the air. Good start on the outside. Burke Elkins in the 32, going to drive it off in the turn 1 as your early race leader, but here comes Randy Barley in the 13B. Down the back straightaway, he'll retake the early race lead down into turns number 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, lap number 1. It's going to be Randy Barley, your race leader, followed by the 40 of Brian Smith. Brian Smith into the 2nd position. Burke Elkins was scored in 3rd. Nathan Augustine in the 24 and 4th. And Willie Sutton rounding out the top 5. Same story on lap number 2. Randy Barley looking good out front in the 13B. Nathan Augustine was looking underneath the 32 of Burke Elkins. Got a little tight, pushed up the hill and lost some ground. And Burke Elkins will now go to the bottom side of the turns 3 and 4. Brian Smith holding on to that 2nd position on the bottom side of the racetrack. The separation between your top 2 is 1.5 seconds. 1.5 seconds separates the top 2 off of turn number 4. It's going to be 4 laps down, 4 laps to go for your final heat race of the evening. Randy Barley setting a wicked pace down the back straightaway over Brian Smith, Burke Elkins, Nathan Augustine, William Sutton, Ryan Ronning, and Chuck Christian rounding out the field. Everybody pretty much working their way around the bottom side of the racetrack. As Barley takes it off of turn number 4 this time by. It's going to be 2 laps to go for the 13B. Brian Smith holding on to the second position. Burke Elkins now in jeopardy of potentially losing the position, but he's able to pull away down the backstretch as we got car around in turn number 4. Chuck Christian, the driver who was running 6th, and he will rejoin the field in the 6th position. Brian Smith in 2nd, Burke Elkins, Nathan Augustine, Willie Sutton, your top 5. We're back underway. Barley drives nice and smooth through turns 1 and 2 down the back chute. Rick Daniels has the white flag in his hand. He'll wave it off of turn number 4 to the field, and the first one to see it's going to be Randy Barley in the 13B. Randy Barley holding on to the race lead, but Brian Smith is keeping on a close second position right now in that 40 machine. Into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4, your final heat race of the evening goes to Randy Barley in the 13B. Brian Smith will finish in 2nd. Burke Elkins, Nathan Augustine, Willie Sutton, your top 5. Ryan Ronning in the 15 will finish in 6th, and Chuck Christian will round out the field in 7th. And just like that, we're going to take a quick little intermission here as heat race action has wrapped up.